Hello everyone. Today our group will give a speech on how to carry out effective knowledge management and the importance of knowledge management to individuals and organizations. The group members Tina, Weber, Quentin, Wan, and I will give 4 examples and summarize them respectively. First, I will introduce the concept and the definition of knowledge management. Knowledge management is the activity of planning and managing knowledge creation process, and knowledge application, which helps enterprises make correct decisions to adapt to market changes. Next, I'm gonna introduce the importance of knowledge as a critical resource. Knowledge is essential as a critical resource because of its positive impact on innovation, competitive advantage, value creation, human resource development, decision support, and social development. Knowledge makes a positive contribution to the goals pursued by the company itself. When you contribute, it becomes a corporate value. For example, Yadi attracts talent through recruitment, provides abundant training and development opportunities, helps employees continuously improve their skills and plan career development path, and regards knowledge as an essential part of human resource. Now I will explain the importance of knowledge management to individuals, organizations, and society. For individuals, personal learning and development improve professional competitiveness. For organizations, innovation and competitiveness improve efficiency and reduce costs, employee satisfaction and loyalty. For society, promote social progress, solve social problems, enhance social cohesion. Now, I would like to invite Tina to introduce to you the parts of knowledge identification, acquisition, organizations, and classification.
So I'm Tina. I'm going to introduce the second part, knowledge identification and acquisition, and the knowledge organization and classification. So let us start with the knowledge identification and acquisition. Knowledge identification means identify important knowledge resources, and another means collect and organize knowledge materials and information. This is a diagram from the company I work for, from the Agricultural Bank of China. Knowledge can be divided into 3 types: explicit, implicit, and tacit. In addition to actively acquiring explicit knowledge, a bank must also consciously explore tacit knowledge. From this picture, we can see how employees acquire various types of knowledge. Explicit knowledge, it can be easily documented, such as knowledge base and rules and regulations. Agricultural Bank of China has created a resource library called Nongyin e-learning. Employees can take online resources and books to learn professional knowledge. And this bank also has an internal mailbox system. Employees can view affairs and work tips from emails. And implicit knowledge is easy to communicate but difficult to document, such as corporate training and staff experience. The bank always organizes various employee training, such as financial management training, and the bank has established various WeChat groups, such as the credit card communication group, which employees can share their marketing experiences. And tacit knowledge is hard to express and transfer, such as community and company culture. Employees can see on the official website that the bank participates in social welfare activities to reflect its corporate culture, such as serving farms and serving society. Knowledge organization and classification. There are 3 steps. One is to classify and organize the knowledge, and second is to establish knowledge management systems such as knowledge bases and knowledge maps, and the third is to structure and mark knowledge resources. Continue to take the internal resources library of the Agricultural Bank of China, Nongyin e-learning. This bank wants to establish an internal resource library to enrich employees' knowledge reserves and to improve their professional capabilities. In terms of sustainable development, Agricultural Bank of China wants to cultivate more and more knowledge-based employees from the company to gain sustainable competitive advantages in the banking industry. There are four important knowledge types of bank: financial product knowledge, customer information knowledge, knowledge of internal management processes, and the knowledge of laws and regulations. Employees can establish a personal knowledge map from it. Employees can collect the information they need in this large knowledge base and use AI technology support to automatically generate a knowledge map from the collected information so that employees can easily access it when they need it. In addition, employees can also mark unfamiliar knowledge points on this knowledge map so that they can review them in next time.
Thanks to my group members for their introduction to knowledge identification, acquisition, and organizational classification. Next, I will give examples and analysis on the storage and management of knowledge, as well as the sharing and the dissemination of knowledge. Human knowledge storage methods range from ancient mirrors, sheepskins, squirrels, and bamboo sleeves, to books, to modern electronic storage technology. Human beings use smaller units to store large quantity, judging from current technology. If you own a 1 cubic meter storage hard drive, then you may have a library. Therefore, although the storage of books still exists in modern times, people generally choose to use electronic method to store information because this method doesn't take up much space and allows you to find the knowledge you need more quickly. Many companies have realized that their reason is just a management system. As a well-known enterprise in the world, Alibaba established Damo Academy, and the purpose of Damo Academy is to become the world's fifth largest economy. What they do is conduct research across multiple disciplines and share knowledge within corporate system. The initial investment is huge, so not every company can do this. Alibaba itself has a large amount of real user data, which can provide reliable data for research and can also invest a lot of money in research and establishment. At present, it has been proven that the existence of the Damo Academy can quickly solve many nation-level problems, such as the insurance of health code during the epidemic to help the government control the epidemic. The sharing and dissemination of knowledge does not necessarily have to be through the establishment of a knowledge management system. Many times, the spread of knowledge is also through community. Since the beginning of Tesla's establishment, CEO Elon Musk has not kept Tesla's technology secret. Therefore, many new energy vehicle brands suddenly emerged in China. But the emergence of this brand did not bring a devastating blow to Tesla. On the contrary, Tesla's sales remain stable. This allows us to see a very interesting phenomenon. For enterprises, sharing core technologies will not necessarily harm themselves, but will bring market prosperities and promote the development of the industry. At least there is such a possibility. This is my sharing of this part of myself. Now I invite my team member to give speeches on next part.
My part here is mainly to share with you the application and innovation of knowledge management. Knowledge management can integrate, intersperse the knowledge and promote the great generation of innovation. Innovation platforms and collaboration tools can stimulate creativity and cooperation spirit so that organizations can respond to market changes and meet challenges. Knowledge managers emphasizes the effective use of knowledge and innovation, creation and sharing, flexible, open, and people-oriented management. Therefore, if knowledge is shared in an enterprise, knowledge management can transfer and share knowledge more effectively. For example, the establishment of knowledge management platforms and standards can realize the seamless connection and sharing of knowledge. Data mining and artificial intelligence can be used to discover valuable information in big data. Here are a few examples of the application of knowledge management. Google encouraged employees to be more proactive, allowing them to have autonomy in time management. Google established this 20% time principle so that employees can continuously bring ideas to the company. Google have established an open communication and sharing platform to encourage employees to communicate and cooperate. If they encounter problems in the knowledge platform, they can draw inspiration and support at the first time. This open culture makes employees more willing to innovate and stimulate creatively. 3M also gives employees 15% time to plan and also sets up a global technology forum for employees to share and exchange enterprise and innovation. 3M advocated cross-field cooperations and each field is not independent, which can promote the cohesion and integration of different backgrounds to bring more innovation opportunities. Amazon proposed specification principles for employees, intended to allow employees to seek simple and efficient solutions, so that not only can urge employees to innovate and improve the ways they use knowledge, but also in line with Amazon's advocacy of doing the right thing, not doing the things rightly. There are several common approaches to the innovation and sustainable development of knowledge management. One end of the configuration of multiple synchronization, unified process, knowledge combining and knowledge mapping can make the organization acquired knowledge more efficient and can improve the knowledge system in time. Here is an example of knowledge management innovation in a game company. In today's market, the team of game companies is young and the speed of game product update is fast. In order to improve competitiveness, it is necessary to increase investment in knowledge management innovation. NetEase Game Company is through the service innovation of knowledge management. The knowledge management operations strategy into the business and promotes the realization of business strategy. Many games will have a community for players to discuss on social platforms, which can not only increase the popularity of the game, but also allow designers and planners to understand the needs of players in the first time. But NetEase has done very hard in knowledge management. For example, employees share a development technical article or upload a report document. NetEase is to take this approach. Though the knowledge of the point between the line and the surface from the surface of the topic, the facts have proved that the practice of donating knowledge is very effective, can build brand effect. NetEase will make the learning systems into a product, turn each training into a project, track the application after learning, and require students to develop a 2-month execution plan and then implement it, and finally assess it. As for offline knowledge sharing, they require the sharers to put simplicity first. Too complicated will not one in willing to listen. Too gorgeous will bring pressure to other sharers. Sharing will also be video for employees to learn after the meeting. There are new online video training and online work. Project knowledge-based intercentral, and it is innovative application of knowledge management. NetEase game knowledge management responsibilities can be summarized in 3 words: link, system, long-term, connect, extend. Knowledge can make it available to those who need it. Provide knowledge service systematically so that employees can access knowledge at any time. The long-term implementation of every knowledge management theme.
Thank you, Quentin. I will now present on the topic of knowledge management challenges and success strategies. When it comes to the challenges associated with knowledge management, the first that comes to mind is cultural barriers. For the sake of this presentation, I will limit cultural barriers to the context of organizational culture. It's common for organizations to encounter resistance from knowledge experts when it comes to sharing their knowledge. Although there can be many reasons for this resistance, one of the most prevalent is the knowledge is power mindset. In my experience as a manager, I observed this resistance from several employees over the years. What I've observed is that the knowledge is power mindset is typically held by someone with significant individual knowledge who fears losing that leverage if they share their hard-earned knowledge with others. This hoarding of knowledge often has the opposite effect of what the individual intends. As a manager, the individual knowledge holder who resists sharing their knowledge becomes an unlikely candidate for additional responsibility, since they are fixated on hoarding their current knowledge. And they may even become a priority for replacement, since they can't be relied upon to convert their individual knowledge they acquire into organizational knowledge. When an organizational culture fosters a lack of trust among its employees, those employees are significantly more likely to protect the individual knowledge they possess. This applies to knowledge that can be used to an individual's advantage, such as sales techniques of the top salesperson. But it also applies when employees work in a low-trust environment where colleagues fear exposing their knowledge because it opens their work to scrutiny and fault-finding. With technological hurdles, it's important for an organization to select user-friendly knowledge management technology tools. Being user-friendly is highly important because the adoption of the technology relies on broad acceptance within the organization, and the use and maintenance of knowledge management technology will be seen by some as an added burden. Finally, effectively and efficiently measuring the impact of knowledge management tools becomes a hurdle for organizations and managers when executive leaders are preoccupied with the short term rather than the long term. Even when organizational leadership is invested in effectively managing their organizational knowledge, it can be easy for them to deprioritize these initiatives if they can't easily quantify outcome measures. Knowledge management success strategies. When we consider the backbone of effective knowledge management, leadership support stands out at the forefront. Leaders must not only provide necessary resources, but also cultivate an environment that holds knowledge sharing in high regard. Turning to the concept of culture change. The task at hand is to incentivize knowledge sharing. This can be achieved by establishing reward systems that acknowledge and appreciate such behaviors. On the technical front, investment in adaptable technology is crucial. This means selecting systems that not only meet the current needs, but can evolve with the organization. Lastly, an organization should embrace continuous learning and innovation. By viewing knowledge management as a continuous adaptation, an organization can use knowledge management to its competitive advantage in an ever-changing business landscape.
I'd like to summarize the presentation. I introduced the concept and the definition of knowledge management and the importance of knowledge management for organizations and individuals. Tina introduced that knowledge identification and acquisition are key, involving explicit, implicit, and implicit knowledge. Weber introduced knowledge management and sharing as the key to the success of modern enterprises. Quentin introduced knowledge management to integrate knowledge, promote innovation and cooperation, and respond to the market. One introduced knowledge sharing barriers include cultural, technological, and leadership factors. So we recommend that everyone apply the principles and methods of knowledge management in daily work and studies. This can help everybody improve efficiency, improve the quality of decision making, find the required information more efficiently, and integrate it into research or work, and remain competitive in a changing environment. The above is our speech. Thank you all for watching.